Look at this tile. At first, it was just a small crack, barely noticeable. I didn't think it was a big deal, but day after day, the crack slowly spread. Every time I stepped on it, something felt off, until one day, it finally broke. Most people would probably call a handyman, but this time, I want to try fixing it myself. Not just to save money, but because this house is where my family lives, and keeping our home safe and comfortable is my responsibility. So today, I'm going to remove this broken tile and replace it with a new one. Now we move to the first step. We carefully grind around the edges of the tile using an angle grinder. The goal is to cut through the grout so the tile can be removed more easily. Do this slowly and carefully. Don't grind too deep, just enough to separate the edges so the surrounding tiles won't get damaged. After cutting around the edges with the grinder, we move to the next step. Now we carefully chisel the areas that weren't reached by the grinder. Use a chisel and a hammer, tapping gently and in a controlled manner. Start from the center to prevent pressure from spreading to the outer edges. Don't rush. Let the tile come off little by little. Remember, our goal isn't just to remove the broken tile, it's also to protect the surrounding tiles from cracking. I didn't expect it would take so little to get this done. No big budget, just simple tools I already had at home. It's not about having expensive equipment, it's about being patient and careful with the process. Sometimes, what seems complicated at first can actually be handled on our own, as long as we're willing to try. Once the tile has loosened from the center, it's time to lift the broken piece. Carefully remove it, making sure nothing is still firmly attached underneath. If it feels stuck, don't force it. Check again and chisel the remaining spots gently. Be cautious, as sharp fragments can easily cause injury. And finally, the broken tile is completely removed. After removing the broken tile, the next step is to do a dry fit test. Place the new tile into position without applying any mortar first. This helps us check whether the surface underneath is level. If the tile sits too high or doesn't align with the surrounding tiles, it means the base needs to be adjusted. Carefully chisel away any remaining old mortar until the surface is completely even. This step is important because an uneven base can cause the tile to crack again in the future. Before installation, lightly soak the tile with water. This prevents it from absorbing moisture too quickly from the mortar, allowing for better adhesion. Next, prepare the cement mixture. Combine the materials with the proper ratio and mix thoroughly until the texture is smooth and consistent, without lumps. Make sure the mixture is not too runny and not too thick. The right consistency will make leveling easier and help the tile bond firmly in place. This preparation step may seem simple, but it plays a crucial role in the final result. Now, apply the adhesive mixture to the back of the tile. Spread the mortar evenly across the entire surface, making sure there are no empty spots to ensure strong adhesion. Before placing the tile, lightly wet the floor area where it will be installed. Use just enough water, avoid leaving puddles. This helps prevent the surface from being too dry and allows the mortar to bond more effectively. You may also apply a thin layer to the floor surface for better bonding. Carefully place the tile into position. Press it gently, then tap lightly using a hammer handle or a leveling tool to make sure it sits evenly with the surrounding tiles. For leveling, I'm not using any special tools. I simply use my fist. By gently tapping with my knuckles, I can actually feel whether the tile is level or not. Do it slowly and evenly on each side. Don't hit too hard, just enough until the tile feels firm and aligned with the others. Sometimes, a simple technique gives you better control because you can physically feel the pressure and positioning. Once the tile is properly installed and perfectly level, the next step is to clean off any excess mortar on the surface. Make sure to wipe it away before it dries so the finish remains neat and smooth. With only a small budget, simple tools, and a bit of patience, the result is just as good as hiring a professional. Sometimes we're more capable than we think. We just have to be willing to try. Here's the secret trick. When the grout lines are still empty, we fill them using an injection technique. Simply place the grout mixture into a syringe tool, then carefully inject it directly into the tile gaps, moving slowly and evenly along the line. This method allows the grout to go deeper and fill the gaps more compactly. The result is faster, cleaner, and much neater compared to the traditional manual method. With this simple technique, the grout lines are perfectly filled and look professionally done. Once the syringe is filled with the proper amount of grout mixture, we begin the application process. Position the tip of the syringe into the grout line, then press gently to release the material in a controlled flow. Move slowly along the line, making sure each gap is completely filled with no empty spaces. Don't rush. Steady pressure will produce a denser and cleaner result. With this method, grout application becomes more precise, and the final finish looks neat and professional. Don't scroll. I'm going to give you another trick that often causes problems with ceramic tiles. This trick is rarely discussed. Even many craftsmen don't always use it. However, this simple technique can make the results much stronger and more durable, so make sure you watch until the end, because this part is the most important. This is a common problem when building a house without paying close attention to detail, or when the workmanship isn't done properly. Without realizing it, empty pockets can form underneath the tile. From the outside, everything may look neat and perfectly installed, but underneath, there can be hollow spaces that prevent the tile from bonding fully. First, we drill into the grout line where the tile sounds hollow. Drill slowly and carefully along the grout line to avoid damaging the surface of the tile. The purpose is to create a small access point to the empty space underneath. Through this hole, we will inject material later to fill the hollow area and make it solid again. And just like that, the tile repair is complete, from a small crack to a solid and clean finish. With simple tools and a bit of patience, we were able to fix it without spending a lot of money. I hope the tips and techniques I shared today are helpful for you. Taking care of a home is not just about saving money, it's about responsibility and care. See you in the next repair project.